Good morning, class. Today we are going to be reading Mr. McGee and the Biting Flea, written and illustrated by Pamela Allen. So as we can see from the cover, there's a little man down here. Does anyone know what his name could be? That could be Mr. McGee, and there's also a dog. So maybe they have something to do with the story. Let's read the blurb on the back to see what we can find out a bit more about the story. Here is adventure number 4. Mr. McGee is at the seashore. Along comes a jumping, biting flea. Ooh, ow, ee, cries Mr. McGee. So just from reading that and looking at the picture and reading the title, do we think we know what the story could be about? Perhaps a biting flea, maybe Mr. McGee gets bitten, maybe the dog does something to Mr. McGee. Let's read to find out the story. Mr. McGee and the Biting Flea. There's some seagulls, maybe that's got something to do with the story. And there's Mr. McGee again. Mr. McGee went out to play down to the beach one windy day. There's Mr. McGee running down to the beach with his yellow kite. Mr. McGee was running along, flying his kite and singing a song. There's his kite again and the birds. Maybe that's got something to do with the beach. Just then a dog came racing by, frightening the birds up into the sky. See the dog jumping and frightening all the birds? Mr. McGee was having fun, flying his kite up close to the sun. When jumping and leaping, the dog joined in, chasing the kite and making a din. You see the dog's now chasing the kite, the yellow kite, instead of the birds. Mr. McGee was holding on tight until suddenly he felt a bite. That was when he let go of the kite. Up it went, right out of sight. See, he let go of his kite and it's flying up into the sky. Ow! Cried Mr. McGee. Something bad is biting me. It wasn't a fly and it wasn't a bee. It was as small could be. So small it was too small to see. It was a jumping, biting flea. Ooh! Ow! Ee! Cried Mr. McGee. So we can see the little jumping, biting flea. He's bitten him right there and then he's cried, ooh! Ow! Ee! Poor Mr. McGee. He twisted and turned, he writhed and he squirmed. Ooh! Ow! Ee! Cried Mr. McGee. Where is that flea that is biting me? See? He's taking off all of his clothes to try and find that small little jumping, biting flea. Do we think he'll find it? Let's continue to read on. He squawked and he squealed, he rocked and he reeled. Ooh! Ow! Ee! Cried Mr. McGee. He's still trying to find that small biting flea. Do we think he'll find it? Let's read along. He jumped and he jiggled, he wobbled and wiggled. Ooh! Ow! Ee! Cried Mr. McGee. Still trying to look. It bit him here, it bit him there, it bit him simply everywhere. Ooh! Ow! Ee! Cried Mr. McGee. See him hopping all around. Now he's howling on the ground, but still that flea cannot be found. Ooh! Ow! Ee! Cried Mr. McGee. Ah, now he's got it. Wait and see, has he caught that pesky flea? Ooh! Ow! Ee! Cried Mr. McGee. See all those red spots? That's from the small biting flea. Ooh! Ow! Ee! Ooh! Ow! Ee! Do we think he's found it? He's a bit itchy. See all the red spots? He's been bitten several times by that small biting flea. And with one mighty jump, he jumped into the sea. That was when the flea jumped free. A little flea jumped free. Can we find it on the page? It's a bit small to see. Let's read on to see what happens. Oh my, oh me, sang Mr. McGee. It happened that flea didn't like the sea. It landed in the hair of the dog that was there. Oh no, so it's drawn from Mr. McGee to the dog. Ooh, ow, said the dog.